Check me out at youtube.com/distancebydesign and follow me at twitch.tv/cbrev. What is going on, guys? It's cbrev, aka Dissonance by Design, throwing you guys my first offensive mini scheme for Madden 17. It's going to be out of Seattle's playbook under the formation Gun Split Hawk. This is actually a formation I ran exclusively for a while last year, mostly because it was really good against Crossfire 3 and all the 3-4 blitzes that were going around at the end of the year. And also, it has a run play called HB Crossbuck, which acts basically exactly like Inside Zone, but all of the Inside Zone stoppers didn't work against it. So it was really good, like counter meta formation last year, and a lot of the stuff works basically the same this year. So I figured I'd just revisit it and get it out there for you guys. I got 7 plays for you guys. One of them I run 2 different ways. So I'll just get right into it. The first play I'm going to show you is the HB Crossbuck. It's possibly even better this year than it was last year. It doesn't look that good because it's pretty obvious from the play art that the tight end isn't going to block anybody important. But it basically works like Inside Zone. The handoff is fast. You basically get full acceleration as soon as you get handed the ball. And you can go outside or up the middle with it. And it is your run audible. Why? So very convenient to just come out in a pass play and be able to run against a front that you like. You also still can bounce this backwards like Inside Zone last year. That obviously wasn't a good look to do it against, but I just wanted to show you guys that you can literally go outside to the right, straight up the gut, or bounce it back. Just like Inside Zone last year. So very, very strong run play this year. I think it's going to be one of the best, actually. And to have it just as your Y audible in your main formation is pretty sick. Alright, so the main pass play that I run in this is Z-Spot. And I only run it one way right now, but I'm sure it could be ran a ton of different ways. This is what it looks like stock. What I like to do is create a flood concept on the right and then basically make my opponent use the left and choose one or the other receivers. We do some pretty cute stuff with this play. But what I like to do is put B on a streak and then smart route A if I can. Obviously that only works if you're like 1st and 10, 2nd and 10. So now we have a flood concept on the right, and it may look like RB is not that useful, but this year's swings are actually better than straight up flat routes, in my opinion, because you get full acceleration when you catch the ball, and the zones on the sideline don't play swings as closely as they play flat routes. So very strong, even stronger than last year this play is. And then the cute stuff we do is we motion this running back outright, and you'll notice his route actually doesn't change at all. And what that allows us to do is create a unique situation where we can actually hit him right away, and he'll be underneath most zones, and he'll be open against man coverage. I can do this 3 or 4 times in a row, and then people will start to user it, and then you can hit the slant, which is a pretty deep slant. You can hit it behind their user. So you can see we can just dump it off there. You get a straight up drop, but that was wide open, obviously. I snapped the ball too late, but man, coverage, we look for the corner route or the slant. This year you can actually look deep to the B route as well against man coverage. Man coverage does not really cover deep balls that well if they don't have safety help. So yeah, this is Z-Spot. This is man coverage. Bad read by me. If the guy who's God, I gotta stop motioning that tight end. If the guy who's covering the running back's coming from the left, just forget about that read. The corner route's gonna be open. The slant's gonna be open. But I'd like for them to run zone some more so I could show you things, but they're not very cooperative at the moment. But pretty basic stuff. Like I said, you either read the flood to the right or you try to hit Y quick across the middle, like so. Easy 4 yards. Most zones can't even cover that, and actually on that play, the slant was probably open as well. Okay, I knew this was man anyway, but we gotta stop motioning the wrong way. We're gonna be good. I'm actually gonna back out here and go to a zone play so you can see the flood concept, since for some reason the computer loves to run man coverage over and over in practice mode. So here we have the play set up again. Obviously Y is going to be open, but I just want to show you the flood. You want to pass lead that to the outside. I threw it a little early there, but if you wait long enough and you pass lead to the outside, and I like to possession catch, usually a free 15 to 20 yards. Obviously, if the zone is covering deep, hit the swing route. Um, just easy stuff. I don't really need to show this play much more. I just like the halfback wheel route being motioned and the ability to like kind of create a levels concept across the middle to the opposite side of our flood. Side note, possession catch is extremely overpowered this year, so use it a lot. Alright, next play. Speaking of overpowered, next play is halfback slip screen. Madden 17 is going to be the year of the screens, guys. They are so much better than I can ever remember them being as I screw one up. But just look at the blocking and the speed you get to the outside. Cannot get a good example, but screens are ridiculous this year, guys. Just take my word for it. Halfback screens, wide receiver screens, the whole shebang. They're all insanely good, especially against blitzes because you can get them off so fast. One of the problems with screens in years past is if you got blitzed in it, you literally didn't have time to throw the ball to your screen before you got sacked. This year you definitely have time because you get that animation where you're falling backwards already. And yeah, if you can hit him with his blockers out there, pretty good stuff. Something cute you can do also is motion him out here and make it look like Z-spot, and then rat catch the screen. And if you can throw it late enough without getting sacked, you'll actually get a huge speed burst and 3 blockers way out in front. So that's something cute I like to do. Next is PAF slide, which I run 2 different ways. This is also your play action audible RB here. The first way I like to run it is to put the running back on a streak and X receiver on a drag, so it looks like that. Then I like to motion, not over there, I like to motion the running back to the same side as Z-spot. Kind of the concept I'm thinking with these other plays is to make them look like Z-spot and maybe make your opponent make coverage adjustments to Z-spot and so on. But the nice part about audibling the halfback and motioning him out is we lose the play action animation. So we get the play action blocking, but we don't actually get delayed by the fact that it's a play action play. So yeah, I like to look for A, or I like to look for A first, and then I look for X and RB simultaneously. And then if neither of those are open, I look deep. The point of the streak on the running back is to kind of open up the post really deep downfield, which actually was a 1-play touchdown, this kind of concept last year, but not so this year. The motion can also mess with man assignments if they don't man align or base align or anything like you saw there. So easy stuff, just make short reads, look deep if you can. Second way I run PAF slide is a little bit weirder, but it's a nice way to get a cheap 5 to 8 yards. And I actually run this version a lot because people seem to have a hard time stopping it this year for some reason. So I put Y on a streak and X on a streak, and then I'll motion A to the left, and he'll keep his route, kind of like Z-spot, how the running back keeps his route. And then you actually just have a free, basically little quick out route. I possession caught there, and I recommend possession catching almost every time this year. But on this particular route, when you're looking for A, and by the way, when I run this version, I'm basically exclusively looking for A. On this particular route, I almost always try to rat catch. Because if you can get a rat catch outside on this route, it's a free 8 yards. The route is very unique as well in that it will actually beat cover 2 because they'll be pressing the streak. It's the way the corners are programmed to defend this year. They'll press the streak unless they're told to shade otherwise, like that. That was cover 2, and we still hit it for 7 yards. Very, very quick, nice little blitz beater there. Not to mention it's play action, and you don't have to deal with the play action animation. So this play is basically, I'll run it 1 or 2 times in a row, try to get someone out of their blitz, show them that I can make quick reads and pick up their blitz. Next play is slot post, another very unique kind of motion play I like to run. We're going to be using the running back yet again in the same sort of formation. Hot routes here, I like to put RB on a swing left, and then I like to put B on a streak. And then I'm once again going to motion the running back out to the right, and he's going to keep his route like before. And on this play, unless I see some gaping holes over the middle where I can hit A, I'm basically only looking for Y. And I'm going to be rat catching against man coverage, and I'm going to be possession catching against zone. So this is man. So you can see I threw the ball too early there, but if you let him come out of his cut, he's actually going to get massive separation against man coverage, and that's one of the changes I've noticed this year, is that running back angle routes get huge separation in man coverage. So this is man again. We'll wait this time. Didn't have quite enough time there. This is goal line defense. But yeah, like I said earlier, the possession catch. Stop running goal line, Jesus. The possession catch over the middle is really overpowered this year. Hopefully I get a chance to show you guys with this play. You can literally just fit the ball in between zones, and your running back will catch the ball falling down and not even take a hit or risk dropping the ball. I literally just have no time to throw. I don't know why I practice on all Madden difficulty. Yep, so that's the wrong motion. So it's B streak and RB swing left. The swing left is mostly just a check down. When I run this play like this, I'm almost exclusively only looking at Y. I literally just don't have time to throw. It's pretty frustrating because I want to show you guys these plays. Also, make sure you do something with RB, even if you don't like the swing, like block him or something, because his route will get in the way of your Y route. Here's a good example of the possession catch. Free 8 yards. Can that be usered? Sure, but if someone wants to user that, you have a post going over the middle, and they're going to give up 10 more yards not usering that. Similarly, this could be guarded by a spy, but we kind of like to roll out. That was another possession catch. We took a hit and still caught the ball. But you guys can see the power of this angle route kind of going to the outside instead of over the middle. And the possession catch, just like fit it right into zones there. Beautiful pass, 9 yards. Don't take a hit, don't drop the ball. And not to mention the motion looks exactly like Z-Spot, which is once again the main play I'll be running. Alright, so 2 more plays. One of them's kind of, I don't run it that often. It's HB wheel, but what I really like it against man coverage, and it's because the wheel route is so sharp on the running back. If you don't know, Latavius Murray has horrible route running, so the fact that he's going to do what he's going to do here can just show you the power of this wheel route. So I put X on a fade and A on a drag, but I'm mostly just looking for Y, and if it's not open, I will look for A. If they're giving me the opportunity to just hit the seam real quick, I will hit X sometimes, but I'm not really looking for it. Here's man coverage, beautiful. So we just throw the wheel route basically as soon as he cuts up field, and he ends up getting massive separation on his man. Here's zone. We're just going to check down to the drag. Nice little change up to your scheme. Some people look at getting 4 yards as a bad thing, but if you can get 4 yards on a play you don't normally run in your scheme, it's kind of like a freebie. and it can also make your opponent start trying to adjust to things that they don't necessarily need to adjust to. There's the possession catch again. If the flats are open, I like to just hit that wheel route really fast and pass lead it outside, and then possession catch like so. Another free 5 yards. There's basically nothing you can do about that except user it. Here's man coverage. So we just throw it as soon as he cuts, and we get massive separation, and we do want to rat catch that pass. Here the flats are open, so we just pass lead outside a possession catch. He just flails on the ground for 8 yards. We'll take it all day. This play is actually better than it seems. The reason I don't run it as much is because it's very userable. Like if you slip up and run this too much and they happen to be usering the left side of the field like expecting it, then you're kind of SOL for that play. You either have to take a sack or throw the ball away because all your reads are to the left and they kind of, progress evenly. But you guys get the point. Against man coverage, this play is insane. Like I said, Latavius Murray has terrible route running, and you can just see the speed burst he gets on a rat catch. Basically a free touchdown if someone tries to run mid blitz on you or something. Yeah. Final play is Hawks goes. I can run this 2 ways. I only really run it 1 way this year because press man isn't really a thing anymore. But you can just see it's got man beaters. The A and the Y will get open against man. So if someone's running man, this is inaudible as well, so kind of just hit them a couple times and make them get out of it. But what I like to do is I like to motion A to the left. And the way this route works this year is when he does his little wiggle. This route used to suck last year. His wiggle would make him slower. This year his wiggle gives him a speed burst. So when you run it as an out route, it's once again kind of like a free 8 yards to the sideline. Couldn't get the ball off there, but you can see the separation that he gets. Just a straight speed burst coming out of the cut. And I actually like to possession catch that one every time. Because if you do try to rat catch that ball, he's probably not going to get his feet in out of bounds. And this is yet another one of those plays where if it's cover 2, the corner is going to be pressing the X receiver, and you're just going to fit the ball in right in front of him like that last play was cover 2. This looks like cover 2 as well. But the speed burst towards the sideline is just beautiful on this play. He slipped up a little there. The computer's rushing 3, and I don't even have time for this route to develop, so you guys can see my frustration. But yet another cheap way to kind of get away from your main scheme and get free yards using the sideline. Keep in mind you can always flip these plays too, and it'll look weird out of this formation with the 2 backs and all, so keep that in mind. There's another cover 2, and we just cut right by it. Easy 7 yards. So sorry this took so long. I hope the explanations were adequate. I will be running this scheme on my stream, probably, because I think it's fun. So check that out, twitch.tv/cbrev. YouTube is Dissonance by Design. Drop a like on the video, and thanks for watching, guys. Later.